Hey everyone, today is my day to watch my son while my wife gets a break, so I'm just gonna record this whenever I find like 10 or 20 seconds here or there throughout the day. I kind of feel like something like Skinnamarink or When Evil Lurks should be at the top of my list. When Evil Lurks disturbed me the most, and Skinnamarink just like completely invented its own cinematic language, and the unpredictability of that probably scared me the most. Oh, nope. So, but actually the movie I think that I keep coming back to is M. Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin Door. I've been kind of a hater as far as M. Night Shyamalan goes. I don't think the guy's made like a great movie since, I don't know, Signs. Honestly, I don't think I've liked anything he's done since then. I guess I think the big reason for that, even beyond any just like script problems from project to project, is that there's like this Shyamalan acting style that where like everyone's speaking in these hushed, breathy tones. There's a sort of rigidity in people's acting styles. He's not particularly interested in how like bodies move through space. That's not really something I tend to see him like using for dramatic purposes. So that style works great in something like The Sixth Sense, where everyone's kind of like ghosts, or it's like this weird relationship between an adult and a kid. And Unbreakable, which is like about this family that has grown apart, and Signs, where there's this big gaping hole in the middle of everything. But for whatever reason, like his other movies, it just feels very stiff and drains the life out of a lot of scenes. But this movie right here, Cabin at the Door, is about this family that gets attacked and tied up in their cabin in the woods by these 4 random assailants who have, independently of each other, had these visions about this apocalyptic future. And in order to stop it, they have to force this family to... there's some suspense drawn out about what it's going to be, but I think pretty early on it's clear what's going to happen. And the fun is just waiting how long it takes them to drop the hammer. They have to choose to kill. Someone in the family has to choose to kill another member of the family in order to like save humanity, basically. The script has such an impeccable sense for Peekaboo. The script has such an impeccable sense of like when to withhold information and how to just like drip feed it in a way that's like maximum tension. You're just waiting for each new little morsel. Not just about the mechanics of how this whole thing works, but the actual characters themselves. Peekaboo! And this all circles back to Shyamalan's acting preferences. Shyamalan is like sort of stilted, almost like rigid, performance style. Really like perfectly complements the kind of a formality of the situation. The whole movie is basically like these guys
this ritual is kind of like this horrible, like murderous performance where, despite the distance between captive and captor, they have to perform their shared humanity with these people.
And this like even takes the form of like the captors are seated like an audience for most of the movie, and each of the captors will like they're just standing kind of in a line, and they'll step forward and give little monologues at times, extremely artificial in a way that just works so perfectly at like conveying this conflict. And I think, and it starts with like the best possible version of this. Like I think the first scene, it's like one of the most instantly riveting first scenes of any movie I think I've seen this year, where it's just the little girl playing outside, and then suddenly giant Dave Bautista like walking out of the woods towards her, stranger danger. But they have this like nice little conversation that's still kind of tense, and it's so smart to start there because like there's such a genuine like little miniature friendship, as Dave Bautista calls it, and like because she labels him a stranger, and he's like, well, no, I want to be your friend. And there's just nothing sinister about the way he delivers that, and it's that tension that's like just fuels the whole thing, you know. Like these captors truly are just like normal people who feel like they're doing what they have to do, just like they hope this family will do what they have to do. It's great. Okay.
The central question of like family or humanity is like so compelling too, I think. Like, hey, don't. That's the neighbors. You know, because of course you can't help but compare your own family, right? You imagine like, what would I be willing to make that choice? And if so, like, which one of us would be the one to go? I wonder. Oh, wait.
Okay, so I think Knock the Cabin Door just feels particularly timely for 2023, a time in which there are any number of apocalypses that it feels like we're just on the precipice of, or right in the middle of even. Just got done with a pandemic type apocalypse, right? Just one after the other. And at least as far as climate change goes, it really feels like the laws that you would hope would prevent these things are actually like defending and even speeding up these horrible, like, worst case scenarios. And so it stands to reason that, like, if anything is to be done about it, it probably will involve some degree of illegal action, some of which might land you in jail for a long time, or maybe even get you killed. I don't know. Which is a very similar question, right? Like, do I trade away just all future days with my son like I enjoyed today in order to, you know, try to make a better life for him later? It's heavy stuff, and it's just something that I think it's a dilemma that Knock the Cabin Door kind of puts in a way that is sort of feels very pressing and easy to wrap your mind around, but no less easy to decide for yourself. And I respect the complexity of that. And, you know, it's just so well done. The characters are all great. I'm not gonna lie, I cried at the end of it. I did. I cried. And I cried I mean, you'll know it when you see it. There's a needle drop at the end, and it's the most ridiculous needle drop. Like, so just, it's a nonsense, silly song that it's just so masterfully made me cry, like just for what it represented in that moment. It's such a good movie. That's my favorite of 2023 as of now, out of what I've seen right now. So yeah, cool movie. Check it out if you haven't. See you in 2024.